All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is dilations. A dilation is when you enlarge or reduce a polygon by a scale factor. Now, usually this takes place in a coordinate plane, or you'll be given a figure and told to dilate it. Have you ever had your eyes dilated at the doctor and they put those drops in them, and what happens is the black pupils in your eyes get really big? And that's dilation. And a dilation sounds like it might just be getting small, but it's enlarging or reducing by a certain scale factor. For example, I'm going to use the scale factor of 3. So this, we call it a motion rule, and we take the original coordinates and we take it times 3 for the new coordinates. So I want to dilate something by a scale factor of 3. This is what it would look like. So this is a scale factor of 3. And what I'm doing is just multiplying the x and the y by 3. So if I have 2, 1, and I wanted to scale factor it by a scale factor of 3, or dilate it by a scale factor of 3 actually, what would my new coordinates be? Okay, so by 2, 1, what's 2 times 3? 6, and 1 times 3? 3. Now, we call this A prime, and you'll see that little tick mark right there. That means we are calling it a new letter. We're keeping the same letter, but we want to make sure we know that it's a dilation. So we use what's called, that little tick sign is called a prime. So A prime would be 6, 3. Okay, what would B be? 9, 3. And then what would C be? 3, 9. So if I took this shape and plotted the points, and I took this shape and plotted the points, what do you think you will tell me about these two shapes? Well, let's look. My first shape is already drawn for you, and it's a triangle. So I'm going to draw the next 3 that we got, the A prime, the B prime, and the C prime. Okay, A prime was 6, 3, which will be there. B prime was 9, 3, which will be there. And then C prime was 3, 9, which will be there. Okay? So I am going to connect this and pretend that's a straight line. Now, this is the only one that we'll work on because it's a straight line. What is the jump from this point to this point? Right here. 2. Well, if this is a scale factor of 3, what should this one be? It should be 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can even take a shape, and let's say I'm dilating this by a scale factor of 2. This would be 2. What would this be right here? 4. Exactly. Awesome. Okay, so I have a dilation of 1/4. I want you to tell me what the new coordinates will be of these 3 points. So let's look at 8, 10. What would the dilation of 1/4 be? 2 and 2.5. Yeah, you can use it as a decimal. What would the dilation of 4, 6 be? 1, 1.5. And what would the dilation of 6, 8 be? And how did I get that again? I did 8 times 1/4, or what's another thing is multiplying by 1/4? Dividing by 4. Excellent. So the next one, I want you to copy these 3 down in your notes, and I want you to dilate them by a scale factor of 1/3. Now, it's really cool because you don't have to plot anything on the coordinate plane. You just have to manipulate your points. And remember to label them as A prime, B prime, and C prime. Okay, so a scale drawing is very similar to a dilation. It's when you have a map or a floor plan when you say 1 inch represents 30 miles. Here are some examples of some scale factors. If it's written like this, that means 1 unit on the drawing is equal to 20 units in real life, or the actual. If it's written like this, that means for every 1 centimeter, it's equal to 1 meter. And this is 1/4 of an inch equals 1 foot. It's just like setting up proportions. So let's look at this one. The length of an object on a scale drawing is 2 centimeters and the actual length is 8 meters. What's the scale? Well, if we look at the first part, 2 centimeters equals 8 meters. 1 centimeter equals how many meters? So I have a proportion. Now I can do this mentally and know that the same answer is 4. But that's okay, because if I didn't, I can always set up a proportion. 8 times 1 is 8. So I have 2x equals 8. X equals 4. So it is 4 meters. So all I'm doing is setting up a proportion. Okay, so let's look at this one. A model of a 27-foot tall house was made using a scale factor of 2 inches is to 3 feet. What is the height of the model? Why don't you hit pause and try and work that out? Okay, so I'm going to take the scale factor, 2 inches equals 3 feet, and I'm going to look at the next part, 27 feet. Where's that going to go in my problem? With the feet down here, I'm looking for the inches. So now I've got 3x equals 54. So x equals 18. So the answer would be 18 inches. Make sense? Okay, so this problem I want you to write down in your notes, figure out, and bring it to class tomorrow, and we will do it in class tomorrow. Any questions? Come see me before school or ask me during class. Have a nice evening.